Good morning. Here we are going for video number 2 of the day. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday. I am feeling completely productive today. Like just getting lots of things done. Getting caught up, all the lovely joys of life and all of those things. And especially with a new grandbaby. Like he is 7 months old today. And well, we have been having a great time, and that has definitely cut into my crafting time, but I'm really not sad about that. So I hope everybody understands when I run late or behind on things, because, well, I love spending time with my grandson, and sometimes that cuts into the daily life. But let's go ahead and get started. I have 2 projects for October. We had this cute little card box. Opens up like that, and then you can fill it with a gift card or some candy in a gift card, or like probably a little hostess cake. Something cute would fit in there. So we have that card box, and then this adorable little card, and it is a gift card holder. So there's a little pocket right here for a gift card. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into our projects today. Please let me know that you're watching by giving me a thumbs up or a hello. That would be awesome. So, all right, let's go ahead and get in. So today we are using Merry and Bright. We are using Merry and Bright in that we said on this card, have a merry and bright Christmas. So that's what we use from that. Then from this stamp set, Festive and Fun, we said happy Christmas wishes. We use the little rhino. We use the little beaver, this little guy, little bird, and a little something for lots of love from me. I thought that was perfect for a gift card holder. And then, last but not least, we have this one, and I use the for you and the present. So, yeah, we did lots of fun combinations of 3 brand new stamp sets. So let's go ahead and get started with the stamping. So I need that piece for stamping, and I need these 2 pieces. So with these 2 pieces, this is for the card and that's for the box. For the card, I have my images lined up here in my MISTI. And I'm going to just put 1 on each side, so then when I stamp, they will end up right there. Move that over. There we go. Stampin' Up! Doesn't have their Stamparatus anymore, but I still love my MISTI for accurate stamping. And the fact that when it doesn't stamp perfect the first time, because sometimes that happens, I can just stamp it again and not have to worry about it not stamping correctly. This little wreath right here is having a little bit of trouble. I'm going to try that wreath spot, just in that wreath spot again. Oh, much better. All right. And that is 2 pieces done for our card. Now, I did post the measurements of this card. Looking for my on my Facebook page. So if you were wondering, it's kind of just a screenshot of the measurements. Can't remember where I got the measurements, but it was a screenshot off the internet. So hopefully you're able to at least see the score lines and cut sizes of everything to make it nice and easy for you to recreate. All right, so we have these two images that we are going to spend some time coloring, and then I'm just going to quickly stamp the inside of my card. I think I have the rest of the stuff already stamped and colored, or stamped and cut out for you. So this we'll just put right here, go straight down, give it a good press, and pull back up. And now that one is also ready to be put on the card or box when we get there. I'm going to set that there, give my stamp a little spray. I've been using a flour sack towel to clean my stamps. And let me tell you, a little water, a little spritz, there's no lint, and there's no smelly chamois. So I've been liking that. All right, so for today, here is my bin of markers. Let me tell you what colors I am using today. So we have dark and light Melon Mambo. We have dark and light Poppy Parade. I have dark and light Flirty Flamingo. Dark and light Pool Party. I always put my darks on the left. Then I have for my gray, I have, let me see here. This is dark and light Gray Granite. Then I have dark and light Parakeet Party. Then I have dark and light Shaded Spruce, dark and light Blueberry Bushel. I have deep 200 and medium 500. And this one is a light Calypso Coral. So, all right. Here we go. I think I used the Calypso Coral for the beaks of the bird. So I'm going to go ahead and just get that one all done. A little tap, tap, tap in his beak. This beak, and this beak. All right. Let me see if I don't know how to zoom in while I'm working, so I'm sorry about that. Something I should probably learn how to do. All right, so let's start with the dark and light Poppy Parade. So my ribbon on my wreath is the dark Poppy Parade. And then I also did the stripes to my candy cane in the dark Poppy Parade. And, you know, I know that the area is really small, so I just kind of did a little dot. His ice skates are dark and light Poppy Parade. I put a little shading at the back. And then with the scarf, I kind of did every other one. But I didn't add any shading because, well, it's just, the areas are just too small for much shading. All right, I think that is all of the Poppy Parade, dark and light. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that in my container. Now we'll go on and I'm gonna do my rhino. So that is, the first thing I always do is I add my pink cheeks and my pink inside my ears, because then I can blend it out. And I use the light Flirty Flamingo for that. And I'm just gonna set that aside because I'm gonna need those again for the rhinoceros. So for his horn, I use the dark gray granite. So I'm just going to color all of that dark. And then for his face, I did a little bit of dark. His ear tops are dark. I did some dark around the scarf, because if your light source was there, that would be dark. And then a little shadow underneath his arm and on the backs of his legs and down his back. Okay, now remember, when you are coloring with blends, the blends really like to have a little bit of dry time in between, because if you don't, they will start to bleed, and then it'll cause your black ink to bleed and a mess. All right, so there is the face. You know, with Copics, you color a little faster. They aren't as finicky about the saturation level, but blends are. They really like to have a little bit of dry time in between. I'm going to go back up here and kind of blend out that bottom line. There we are. So there is my rhino, I believe. Oh, and then I also am going to take the dark gray granite and I'm going to just trace my sled, rails of my sled. And that's it for the gray granite. Let's go ahead and set those into my box. All right, we still have a pile of colors here. So I'm going to go ahead and get the birds out of the way. So I'm going to use my dark Pool Party. And I'm just going to do the back of the head, like the back side, and the feather on all of my birds. That feather being the one on his side. Then I'm going to take the light Pool Party. And I'm going to go just out towards the front and on his belly. I'm not going to go all the way because I want his belly to be white. But his head is all Pool Party. But his belly is left white. All right, so that, I believe, is all I needed for Pool Party. Now we are going to take my light and my dark shaded spruce, and I am going to color or dot my wreath. It's not really colored, it's just dotted, because I want to use both the dark and the light for my wreath. Oops. And then I'm going to dot in the white areas that are still left on my wreath. And if you wanted, and I'm going to do that now, as I'm going to take a little bit of the Melon Mambo and add some dots so it kind of looks like berries on my wreath. And that's it for the shaded spruce. Now to go ahead and I'm going to do some coloring of the presents and the bird hats and caps. So this little bird over here on the very, very top, I'm going to give him a little bit of a Melon Mambo, dark Melon Mambo hat and matching scarf. And then I'm going to take my present here, and to add shading to a gift, I just kind of did like 2 L's, a forward and a backward L with the dark, giving that a second to dry. Then I'm going to come back in small strokes. I'm going to come back and I'm just going to finish coloring in that, kind of dragging that dark Melon Mambo so it's not so blunt. And there we go. There is our gift with the Melon Mambo. And we are done with that color. Then I have a little blueberry bushel. And I think the guy in the inside of the card, the little bird, he's going to have a little blueberry bushel hat and matching scarf. And then I feel like this gift here that's sitting on the sled next to the Melon Mambo one is going to be dark and light blueberry bushel. And I'm going to take in, again, giving a couple seconds in between layers of the Stampin' Blends really does help keep from that bleeding that could happen. All right, I am done with blueberry bushel. Now we're going to come in with some Parakeet Party. And this guy over here that's on top of the pink or Melon Mambo gift, he's going to have the green or the Parakeet Party. And remember, I do my dark on the bottom and around the edge of that bird, and then I'm going to come back in with the light and finish coloring that. And then on the Melon Mambo gift, I'm going to make the bow also this Parakeet Party. There we go. And now that part is done. Now I have two sets of colors. I have got a light pink, Flirty Flamingo, and I have my browns. So I'm going to finish off the bow on the blue present with the dark Flirty Flamingo, and the hat on this last little bird, and scarf with the Flirty Flamingo, and then the light to give that little pink bow some access there. All right, it does look like I forgot my stripes on my scarf, my other stripes, and on my original card I had them in light Pool Party. So I'm just going to go quickly add that light Pool Party to that. I'm done with my pink. I will need my light pink again for the beaver, so I'm going to leave that out. I'm only going to use the deep 200. Nope, I think I'll use the medium 500 for the bottom of this sled, which is lighter. All right, so this panel is all colored. How cute is that? All right, now we're going to finish up our beaver. For the beaver, I'm going to add the dark stripes over, like the cross hatches over the beaver after I color that in light. But first I'm going to go in with my dark brown, which is the deep 200. I'm going to do his belly a little darker. And I'm also going to add, remember, my pink for my cheeks and my pink for my ears. And then I want his feet to be dark. A couple little strips. Come around, add a little dark there. Now I am going to come in with my light brown, which is medium 500. I'm going to go over that little pink that I put on his cheek. You can still see it up close. I don't know that you can see it on the video. And color his little paws. Remember, if it doesn't blend out, give it a second and then come back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color his whole tail in light. And while I'm letting the rest of his body kind of dry, I'm going to go in with the very fine tip of my brush tip, and I'm going to add my cross hatches on the beaver tail. Now I'm going to come back in with the light on the brush tip. And I'm just going to work on blending out those dark spots so we don't have such a harsh line. And that looks great. So there we go. There is our little beaver and bird. How cute is that? All right. Hope everybody is okay and I'm not going too extremely quick. So let's go ahead and grab the pieces for our card. So we're going to do the card first. All right, so here are the pieces for my card. And again, the measurements for this card are listed on my Facebook page. We're going to go ahead and tri-fold that. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish that with my bone folder. Now I'm going to take my glue and I am going to do some gluing of these pieces here. So this piece is Poppy Parade and it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, standard A2 side. And then this paper is the fun Christmas paper. I just love the fun colors. It measures 4 inches by 5 1/4, and we're going to just center that on so it looks just like that. Then I have this piece of Poppy Parade that measures 2 inches by 4 inches, and this rainbow stripe from the same paper pack measures 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this here. I'm going to use a notch punch for my notch. And this is an old, close to my heart notch punch, but you could use a circle die, like a small circle die to create a notch. So you would only just do half the circle. And for the notch, you can really make it as deep as you want. I'm going to just quickly put this on my mat here so that I can mark the halfway point. I'm going to be cutting that off anyway. Punching that little mark out. And then there we go. So it gives you a little notch for that. All right, so those pieces are done. Now I'm going to take and glue this tri-fold down. I'm going to keep it closed, and then I'm going to put back glue on the back of the middle section. Okay, and while it's closed, that way I can kind of line it up right in the center and I can see all 4 sides. That's going to glue down just like that. And then on the front, I'm going to take my rhinoceros image. There are not dies with this set, so I just felt like it was easier just to do a scene where it was all just glued down flat. All right, and then when I open it, now on this panel is going to be my last rainbow stripe piece. And I'm going to glue that just like this. And then when I open it, I'm going to stick my beaver scene and my inside sentiment. Put a little glue around the edges of that. And I'm going to center that right here. And then my little pocket for my gift card, I'm only going to put glue right around 3 edges. 2 sides and the bottom. Okay? Because I need room for my gift card to fit in here, just like that. And give it a little press. I have this little stamp piece so you can see that's how that gift card would fit in there, just like that. Okay? I'm going to take that out. That piece is next. And then that is your card. And if you wanted, you could take some glitter or some stickles. I don't think I have any stickles on my desk right now. And just put like some glitter or stickles across the bottom to give it like a little bit of a snowy feel. I did put glitter on my original, but most of the glitter has fallen off. So I didn't feel like that was probably the best solution. So I will probably take some white or some glittery white stickles and just put them across the bottom of those two cards. So that was card 1. How cute are those? So now one Christmas card ready, and it's ready for a gift card. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to put together a box. And I have done all of the scoring for you on this and provided you instructions. Now, these instructions come from my upline, Angie Judah, and her website is Chicken Scratch, and that's her YouTube channel. And every month, she always has these great boxes. And so you can see this box is obviously not the one we made or we're making, but like we didn't use these images, we use these. So, you know, it's just real great to be able to have that resource. And so I did print these instructions for you. And then also, if you want, you can obviously check out her amazing videos because she is amazing. All right, I have already stamped the present for this, and I've die cut all the things for you and the stamp the little for you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to set all of those to the side because we're going to come back to them. I'm going to put my glue pin back in, and we are going to first, we're going to start off by burnishing and folding all of our score lines just like so. And I'm going to take this real slow, and we're going to make sure that everybody is able to cut their box correctly. And I will show you the template that I'm following because I do look at her template when I am teaching and making these just for myself. So this is her box template, okay? Looks just like this. And these dark areas here in the template is where we're going to cut off, but I'm going to do it with you. So here's where I like to start. I like to start with the skinniest side on my right side because I'm right-handed. Hi, Tanya. And I am going to cut this first little, and then so I have two. So here's my double score line and then my one on this side. I am going to cut up to the score line on this first one. And then I'm going to angle cut this first little panel so it looks like that. And then this piece is trash. Okay. Next, I'm going to go along the bottom and I'm going to cut up to the score line on all 4 score marks. Okay. So now it looks like that. We're not going to do anything with this first flap, so I'm going to fold it up. And I'm not going to do anything with this big flap, so I'm going to fold it up. I like to fold them up out of the way so I don't accidentally cut them. And then I'm going to angle cut. And so when we angle cut to the corner and to the corner. Okay, just like that. And then when I angle cut on this one, I'm going to angle cut from the corner up to the corner and up to the corner. All right, now we're up to this last flap, and I want to cut that flap completely off. And I like to use big scissors for boxes and straight lines like that because they're just easier to maneuver. All right, so that is the bottom of my box. Now I'm going to flip it over. So I still have my skinny side on the right side, and I'm going to cut up 2 score lines on each all the way across the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, up 2 score lines. Okay, so here we are. These are much bigger flaps. You can see that. And then I'm going to work on each flap going from right to left. On the first one where we have 2 little ones here, I am going to trim that one off at an angle. So that piece is gone. All right. Now I have this big flap next. I want to completely remove this flap. So I'm going to cut on that second score line going across all the way. And now it's gone. Okay. Then I'm to this next skinny flap. I want to cut off the little tab at the top. I'm going to fold this middle one back now because I want to angle cut this one. So up to the corner and up to the corner, just like that. Okay. Now I have this flap back down. I'm not doing anything with it, so I'm just going to fold it back up because I'm onto this tab, and I want to fold this one back up as well. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did to the other little skinny tab. I'm going to cut off that one section, and then I'm going to angle cut. Okay. And then I have this final tab all the way over here, and I want to completely cut that off. All right, so that is what it looks like now. Okay, I'm going to flip it back over because this is the top of my box, and I want to show you that my tabs look just like hers. Well, kind of. All right. I'm going to flip it over. Now it looks just like hers, and I'm just going to refold it backwards. You know, thankfully it's just paper. Okay. It's all good. All right. Now it looks like hers with my skinny side on the right, skinny side on the right. I am going to fold this over on this. Okay, so here's the first score line. This is the second score line. I'm going to fold it over on the second score line. And then I'm going to put adhesive just on this skinny flap. Okay? And then this is the first score line. This is the second score line. I'm going to fold it over on the second score line and have it just like that. And I'm going to give a good press, okay? And then that way, when I open my box, it looks like that, and it opens like a card, okay? So give that a good press. Now, for the bottom, we're going to do the bottom first. Oh, actually, we're going to do the top first because I need to corner round these two. So my box is folded closed or flat. I'm going to stick it in my corner rounder. Any corner rounder will do. Now I'm going to flatten the other way. And I'm going to stick that in there. And now that side is corner rounded. All right, so that's the top of our box, and it just goes in just like so. Okay. Perfect. Oh. Does not want to slide in very well. I could be because I didn't cut correctly on that score mark. So I'm going to just trim it a little bit, and I'm going to corner round it. There we go. And now, look there. Now it'll slide right in there. Perfect. Or maybe I need to trim more of this. Maybe that's getting in the way. Ah, much better. Now it went in flat. There we go. So I have the bottom. So this is the front. So I want to put adhesive on the front so that so here's my flap, right? I'm going to put glue right here along the bottom. And then I'm going to make sure that my box is all squared up, and I'm going to press. Give that a second to dry. And there we go. There is my box. How cute is that? All right, now I have all of my pieces. I used 2 kinds of light paper from the same Festive and Fun paper pack. On my original, I used the rounded lights. So on this one, I'm going to be using the rectangle lights. So they do vary by kit. So I'm not sure which ones you'll end up with, but it looks great with both. On the inside, I'm going to glue this flat and center, just like so. And then I'm going to take my white piece that goes on the inside, and I'm just going to glue that right in the center. There we go. Now I'm going to work on the front of my card. I'm going to glue this piece. And again, all these measurements for every piece is on that PDF that I printed and included with your kit, okay? All right, so there's that. Then I have 2 long strips. I'm just going to put glue down the edge. Thank God liquid glue will ooze and spread out. And it gives you a little bit of wiggle room to make sure you get it nice and straight. And then I'm going to go down this edge just like this. And then this little piece here is for the top. All right, now time to do some decorating of the front. So these are my pieces for the front. The first thing I'm going to glue is I'm going to glue this green banner. Now your banner might be whole, but this one happens to be, the paper was just too short, which is fine because I only need the bottom half anyway. And I'm going to center that, and I'm going to glue that flat, just like that, okay? Then my tag, and this was cut from the tag assortment, and it is in the annual catalog. And I lined the tag up with the very top of the box, okay, just like that. Now I'm going to take some sort of dimensionals here. And I'm going to pop up my present on the front. And again, I like to have plenty of dimension because I don't want my little thing to collapse in the middle. Okay. And I'm going to pop him right there. Then I have this little tag, and I need to find my white twine. 1 second, let me go grab that. I have my white twine here. I buy this in the sewing department at Hobby Lobby. Okay, lasts me for years. And if I need a specific color, I can always color it with marker and it will dry. So for my little tag, I'm going to fold my white twine in half, like so. Then I'm going to stick it through the little hole. And I'm going to just pull the little ends through, just like that. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. And then that will go right there. And I am going to also use a dimensional to pop this guy up, but I'm only going to use one because he'll go off the present just a little bit. Okay. So there we go. Just like that. And then I have an assortment of ribbon. So on my original, I used the gingham, but this time I'm going to use the polished pink sheer ribbon, which is retired. I don't know what ribbons that we have in stock right now, but I try and use my stash whenever I can, especially ribbon, because I love ribbon and I can't stop buying ribbon. I know it's horrible. So I'm going to take a larger glue dot here. And it is too big, so I just kind of roll it a little bit. And I'm also going to put glue and my glue dot. Okay. It wants to stick to my fingers, so I'm gonna. All right, we're gonna just put this and this and pull that out. And now I know my ribbon will not fall off. I really hate it when, you know, the ribbon falls off the project. All right, there we are. And there's our box. You could fill it with like Halloween, peanut size, like the fun size peanut M&Ms, probably a Hostess cake, definitely a gift card. I am going to trim a little bit of this white twine off so that are a little shorter. So there we go. There are our projects for October. How fun are those? And things are coming back in stock daily. The host code for October is already posted on my Facebook page. Please give me a thumbs up and a like if you like this video. Please follow me on YouTube, Happy Cards Company. And I think I'm going to be moving over to not streaming anymore on Facebook, but just trying to do YouTube only. But I don't know when that's going to happen. I always have big dreams of that. But please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Or, you know, tell me what you think about these projects. I think that they turned out adorable. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, what's left of it, here in October. And I will see you next month with the next card project, or maybe sooner.